Coach. Well, first of all, one of the things I read about after you guys finished another season undefeated is that it's bittersweet because you don't get the championship. So how much does that really serve as motivation going into this tournament, knowing that you have a great regular season, but you don't come home with a title?
That's a lot of motivation for us. I think we're in a position this year more than ever to want to go down to Orange Beach and prove a point and win a championship. So our players are definitely hungry, excited to get there, and we finished on a good note, a good win at Auburn, and ready to play when we get there.
In terms of the competitiveness of this league so far this year, I mean, when you go undefeated but don't win the title, what does it say really about the top portion of this league, at least just how competitive it is?
You know, it came down to a minute in our season when we let up a goal that ended up in a tie, and when you think about that over a course of a season, that's how close it is. And it is disappointing, but again, this team is the top team in the conference. We're the only team to beat the overall winner. So they're proud of what they've done and what they've accomplished, but they want to do a lot more. And so it does make them hungry to look for a championship next week and look forward to making a run in the NCAAs as well.
You mentioned that 3 of the last 4 seasons unbeaten in the SEC in the regular season, but come up short in the tournament. What's the big difference between regular season and the tournament?
The regular season, obviously, it takes a lot of time. You're playing everyone for the first time. Now you go into the tournament, you've seen most of these teams, so you kind of prepare and have to get ready a lot quicker. The turnaround is much faster from game to game, so you just have to be prepared. You may use a little more depth than what you did in the regular season. I think the deeper teams that have depth in their roster are the ones that have a chance to survive at Orange Beach, and I think we have one of the deepest teams we've had in several years. So I think we're excited about where we're at and the players that are ready to contribute throughout a week and hopefully get a good run in here.
How big is that you've already seen and beaten Georgia?
I mean, we're glad to have beaten an opponent and ready to take them on again. We know how hard it is to beat the opponent again. It's difficult, but we know what worked well last time. We're a different team now than we were when we faced Georgia in the beginning, and so are they. They've shown that they're a much stronger side through their SEC play all season. They've come off some big wins, and most notable is their one against Florida recently. So we have to be ready and not take them lightly. The fact that we beat them doesn't really matter. It should give us a little more confidence, but we have to make sure we bring our best game to be able to beat them.
For those of us who aren't able to see what Grace Fisk can do for this program day in and day out during practices and workouts, what has she meant to this program, not just on the field, but off the field?
Grace is an outstanding player, outstanding individual, person that you want in your team. The composure you see on the field is the kind of composure she has off the field. She's just level-headed. She wants to do well in everything she does. She's a tremendous student, a great representative to the university, to our team, and she's meant so much to the program. And it's amazing that she's been able to be Defensive Player of the Year for 3 times in a row. That's quite an accomplishment, and well-deserved by Grace for sure.
On that note, what does it say about Mick that she got the goalkeeper of the year, I guess, and the first SEC goalkeeper of the year?
Yeah, I think she would have been up for Defensive Player of the Year if they didn't have a goalkeeper award. So it's better that we had that added, and Grace and Mick could share in those accomplishments. They've both worked together so well over the past few years, been a big part of that defensive effort among our entire team, but those two have stood out, and Michaela is definitely deserving of that top goalkeeper spot. She's been phenomenal and had the best year yet, and leads the SEC in overall shutouts, which is quite an accomplishment. Also in the NCAA, she's not far behind in being one of the best goalkeepers of all time in that stat. So I'm glad to see her finish off the regular season with that kind of accolade.
Well, I know after an undefeated season, it might be difficult to find areas to get better in, but what's the biggest thing that your team needs to improve on before the tournament rolls around?
Well, we learned from some of our games that we got to make sure we put teams away. Don't let them back in. Giving up late goals, kind of struggling at the end. I think we've been better at being a little bit more composed and figuring out ways to finish games. So when we're up a goal, when we're fortunate enough to be, we handle that better. We also need to continue to be dangerous as we can on the attack, and think we've found ways all year. I'd like to see us continue to work on that and get more offensive goals from our set pieces and our midfield coming forward, and not rely on just the players that are highest up the field. And if we do that, then we'll make a great run in the postseason.
I know coaches don't like to reflect in the middle of the season, especially when you got titles to go chase still, but all the success over the last few years and to be as consistent and dominant as you have, just what does it all mean to you to see year in and year out, with the faces and players changing, you're still finding ways to win at a high level?
I don't know, that's a good question. How I feel, I guess I'm just always so proud of the team, and I guess most proud of the culture that we've been able to establish. The group that comes in here, they know what they're coming into. They know what we're looking to do as a program, their expectations. We want to be the best team we can in the SEC and also in the country. And so we want players with that same kind of mindset that want to do well on the field and off the field, represent us at the highest level in the most respectful way. And we've been able to get a group together that all want the same goal, and they work for each other. So when you have a team that fights for each other and has that kind of mindset, success will follow. And that's what we've had these past few years. And we definitely look forward to continuing that with the groups that are coming in the next couple of years.
You mentioned the depth. Sam Chang, coming off your bench, still recognized as one of the best freshmen in the SEC. Mm-hmm. What do you want to see out of her and I guess the rest of the subs in the tournament?
Yeah, I think I just met with Sam and talked to her about, I thought it was great that she was recognized by not just us, but the rest of the conference, and the impact she has. Even though she hasn't started every game in the SEC, she's come in and made a difference, and that's what we expect for her. So however many minutes she is given, she takes advantage of that. And she's got a very good offensive mind. She's dangerous in the midfield, and we put her up top at times because she can strike such a good ball. So she's someone that needs to come bring that confidence every game, no matter when it is we put her in, and show that threat to get forward. She's also very good on the defensive end in the midfield. So she's an amazing a freshman, but a contributor that comes off the bench right now and gives us a huge lift when we need it.
Unfortunately, you had the same situation last year with Jackie, but how has the team dealt with the loss of Tatum?
I think that they're upset for her mostly, and same as us. We are disappointed, especially on a senior night, to see such a great player not be able to participate and all that we've worked towards, and knowing that we want to make a run here in the postseason with, I guess it more inspires us than anything to play. I mean, you look at a player on the sideline that's given her all season and in 4 years and can't participate. You want to play as hard as you can because you don't want to disappoint her either. So if anything, it's motivating. We've gotten over that disappointment, and Sutton Jones has come in and done a great job filling the role, a starting role. Paige McCullough as well. Both of them have come in and played big minutes for us. So that's what you need out of a team. That's when we talk about our depth. We would have been a little deeper with Tatum, but we're already showing we have players that can come off the bench and do a great job for us.